Welcome again to this edition of the Dr. S.M. Chirisa podcast. Today, I've got an interesting guest, an entrepreneur from the heart, a man of humble beginnings who has grown to impact this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome to the podcast for the first time, Mr. Lewis Madafi. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Doc. It's a pleasure being on this program. Thank you.
So, Mr. Madafi, I've been reading your profile, and I saw that you are now leading an organization, Wisrod, which has got over 58 branches and over 300 centers that it operates in the country. Before we go into that, I want you to tell my audience who you are and where you have come from.
Right. Lewis Madafi is a boy who grew up in the ghetto. Nothing special, just an ordinary boy like every other boy in the hood. Fast forward, I worked in a bank, right, for over 14 years, right, and I retired when I was 37 years
37.
old. Yeah, right. I was not retrenched. I was not fired. I left the bank to go into business.
Wow.
Right. I really wanted to start something. Right. And I left to start a company called Batanai Properties, which was a real estate company. And we still have the company. I then moved on to that. Before that, when I was working, I was already running a series of butcheries and a couple of hardware. I was selling cement, and I just thought time was up because I was running about 6 or so butcheries, and then I left to start Batanai Properties. I then moved on to run a company called Zim Network. Zim Network was a company registered in the United Kingdom, right, whose job was to move money around the world. It was a money remittance business, right? And from there, we then, with my colleague who is now my business partner now, Nimrod Nyakanyanga, we started a health company called Wizro Healthcare in the UK.
Yes.
Right, and we also started one called Neo Capital. Neo Capital is a business that specializes in funding business to businesses, right, based in the UK. We started Wizro 2012, right? We did Mlato in Malawi, and currently we're working on a project in Tanzania. I hope I'm not moving ahead of time.
Wow.
Right. But we're looking to spread in the region.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean, from what you have said so far, you decided to leave employment at the age of 37. What gave you that courage? Did you have some money saved, or what gave you that courage to jump?
Funny enough, I didn't have money to say. No. All that I just had were dreams. I didn't have money. In fact, when I left the bank, I sold the car that I had.
Wow.
And I went back to the combis. And in fact, when we were doing all those businesses, I never had a car.
Wow.
Right. The first car that I owned was in 2014, right? After I'd left my job in 2004.
Wow.
Right. And that car, I did not buy it. A very close friend of mine, may his soul rest in peace, Conrad Mchesa, felt so sorry for his colleague, and he gave me his microbus to use. And I honestly don't believe that you need money to start a business. Yeah.
I mean, look, so I usually teach my mentees of delayed gratification.
Yeah.
But this is delayed gratification on steroids because selling your own vehicle, going on the combis for all that period of time, a lot of people would have given up. A lot of people would have given up. So besides the dream, was there anybody who was mentoring you or anybody who was pushing you, or your vision was so clear in your mind that it drove you?
I think I was very clear about what I wanted, right? And I was ready for the hurdles that I was going to meet, though I underestimated some of them, right? I didn't really think I would go for so long without a car. I honestly didn't expect that. And remember, I was a manager in a bank, a senior manager for that matter. I had a bank vehicle. I had my own vehicle. And for you to drop from that to going back to combis was, but I was sure
that you would make it.
I was sure that I would make it. And even when we, now my colleague Nimrod had joined me, he's a crazy guy. Why do I say he's crazy? He was a finance director at some company in London. And when we discussed the idea of starting Wisrod, for some reason he believed in this crazy, wild idea to a point that he left his job to come and join a company which didn't even have a car. We didn't even have, we had a laptop, at least we had something.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how it started, and we underestimated the hurdles.
Yeah.
Yes, we expected them, but we underestimated. We didn't realize it could be bigger than, the problems were going to be bigger than what we'd planned for.
Wow.
Yeah. So
from my take, look, you're actually exhibiting what we see as the entrepreneurial spirit in a person. The ability to take risks, the ability to jump with no, guarantee of any reward, but you still take the action anyway. The ability to delay gratification, and and to have a big vision. And I think that's the reason why you are so successful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a break, and in the second segment, we'll discuss about Wisrod.
Turn your dreams into reality with the right loan, whether it's for business, education, asset purchase, housing, emergencies, payday needs, or micro insurance. We have a financial package tailored just for you. Wisrod Investments, delivering potential.
Welcome back to the second segment as I speak to Mr. Lewis Madafi, the founder and partner in Wisrod. Tell us, let's talk about Wisrod. What is Wisrod all about?
Right. Wisrod is a very interesting entity with a crazy model, right? Just on a lighter note, when I started Wisrod, I spoke to a colleague of mine and I gave him the idea that we wanted to go into the basement of the economic pyramid to go and lend money there. And he said there are two things that you need to be able to do that. Right. I was actually going to talk to him to invite him into the business. I said to him, look, this is what I want to do. And he said to me, Lewis, there are two things that you need to be able to do that. You need bravery and stupidity. Two of those things, that's what you need to do it.
He didn't believe in the product.
Yeah, that's why I say my business partner Nimrod is a crazy guy. Because when I went to talk to him, fortunately or unfortunately, he possessed the two. Stupidity and bravery. and we embarked on it. Wisrod is a microfinance, right, which specializes in providing, I don't want to call it loans. We provide support, right, to small entrepreneurs. This is your vendor in the street to your startups and your middle of the range businesses, right? Why do we say we are different from a lot other microfinances? It's most microfinances concentrate on what we call financial inclusion. Right. To us, financial inclusion is not our main, I would call it calling.
Can you explain the financial inclusion so that
it's when you talk about financial inclusion, you're talking about giving access to financial products and financial services to those who have no access to them, right? But to us, our thinking is financial inclusion is now a thing of the past because it has been overtaken by tech companies, right? I don't think there's any microfinance which can access more people or include more people in financial services than, say, Econet, right?
True.
So we've gone beyond financial inclusion. We're now saying once people have been included financially, what happens next?
Okay.
Right. So even if you read on our mission statement, we are now focusing on what we call social mobility.
Okay.
That is upward social mobility.
To bring the people that are in the bottom.
Yes, and try and raise them.
Economically.
Right? Yes. So our products are designed in a way to transform people's lives, not to give them access to financial products.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It's to try and improve their lives, to make them better. Right. Because we strongly believe that where you start from should never define where you end. Right. And we've got so many testimonies to that. That's why you find our book is half loans, cash loans, and half products.
Okay.
Right. Someone needs a bed to sleep on.
Yes.
Why give him money? Right. We give them the bed. And what does the bed do? It improves their lives.
Okay.
Right. We help them with school fees. We don't give them money to go and pay school fees. We pay the school fees.
Okay.
Right. And with such products, right, we are improving people's lives. And you also notice that quite a number of our employees are children that we helped to go to school.
Wow.
Right. So in a disadvantaged family, if you give someone a job from that family, you've improved their lives. Yes. So that is our philosophy.
Okay.
So our philosophy is more of social mobility than financial inclusion.
I want to a bit double deeper into that social mobility where you are aiming to bring people up. Given the people that they've got no source of income at that moment where you're helping them, they've got no security at the moment that you're helping them, how do they then access the funds? What do you do to make sure that you don't lose your investment or the money that you are giving them?
This is where Wizrod is different. Wizrod is not a financial institution. We are more of a movement.
Okay.
Yes, we're more of a movement. We go into people, we live with people, we understand people, we look at people's situations, we look at people's stories. And these are the stories that help us to develop products that are suitable to almost every person who is on the bottom of the pyramid.
Okay.
Right? So one of the first models that we have is when we group people of similar interests who know each other, we then support them as a group, and then they counter guarantee each other, and they also help each other, right, to then run their small businesses, their small entities, until such a level that they can stand on their own.
Okay.
So we and there are two things that we don't do. We never fund on finance on security, based on security.
Okay.
Right. We never fund on whether you've got money or a history. Right. We look at what you have in your head. What idea do you have?
Okay.
Right. And we also look at, surprisingly, we look at character.
Wow.
Who are you? What are you?
In fact, it actually leads me to the question we wanted to ask. How do people access funding?
Right. I don't want to talk for other institutions, right? But normally for you to be funded, you have to bring something to the table.
Okay.
Right? We don't just go to some random guy and say, do you want money?
Okay.
We want someone who has got an idea, right? And when we talk of an idea, right, we are not only talking of an idea. We are talking of an intention to solve a social problem.
Okay.
Right. If you can identify a problem, right, the first step is when you identify a problem. If you come to us with the problem, we can help you to develop a solution for that problem.
Okay.
It is even better if you come with a proposed solution. Right. So that opens us up to more people who come to us looking for funding. And why I was calling ourselves a movement is because we are trying to create what I would call an ecosystem, right? Where we want to fund one person, right, to feed an entire system right to the end of the value chain.
Okay.
Right. Like, let me give you a typical example. Instead of funding a vendor who wants to buy tomatoes, we fund the farmer.
Okay.
Right. When we fund the farmer, we link the farmer to the vendor who wants the tomatoes.
Okay.
Right. So the money that we're going to give to the vendor who is buying the tomatoes, we give it to the farmer.
Okay.
Right. And the farmer and the vendor are in contact. So we're creating an ecosystem.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
It's a very interesting model.
Yeah. So that's why we call ourselves more of a movement than a microfinance.
In a world where there's chimbazo and crazy interests, how do you fare and how do you?
We are signatories to our client protection principles, right?
Okay.
Where we protect our clients from abuse from ourselves.
Okay.
Right. Our board is very strong, and we always take that into. We hardly put profits ahead of integrity, right? And this is why we have survived so long.
Okay.
Right. Loan sharks don't survive.
Yeah.
This long. Right. We've got some of the most interesting products that you can ever think of. I'll give you a typical example. We've got our mortgage. We've got our mortgage loan.
Mm-hmm.
Right. On average, our mortgage loan interest rate is 1.5% per month,
mm-hmm.
which translates to just under 23% per annum.
Mm-hmm.
And someone has got the house, and the people pay over 10 years. So you've got someone who's paying $400 per month. They will buy a house in Mavuku.
Wow.
Yes. So that removes us from that category of loan sharks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think let's take a short break, and we'll come back to talk about ideas that you guys are finding.
Turn your dreams into reality with the right loan, whether it's for business, education, asset purchase, housing, emergencies, payday needs, or micro insurance. We have a financial package tailored just for you. Wisrod Investments.
Welcome back to the tech sector.
Delivering potential.
In this interesting conversation on money, I want to know, the type of ideas that you guys fund. Even though, do you fund any idea that comes, or maybe I'll ask it in a different way. How can people come up with fundable ideas, or what type of viable ideas, especially given our economy that you've been seeing, remembering that you're speaking to an audience of budding entrepreneurs, some who are at a stage where they've not jumped into it yet. I see a lot of my mentees come to my mentorship class. Some of them are still going to work, some of them are not working, and they haven't started anything. But they're just coming. They don't have that thing to jump. So, but let's talk about ideas. Which ideas are viable in this economy, and which ideas do you have an appetite for, if there are any?
Right. To start off with is, at Wizrod, at the moment,
mm-hmm.
we've got about $1 million, right? Specifically targeting for new startups.
Sure.
Right. And to us, no idea is stupid.
Okay.
Right. No idea is silly to us. Right. We don't have guidelines. Because the moment we start saying we fund this and that and that and that, we are striving innovation. Yeah. So we like creativity, right? I mean, think about this way. If the Wright brothers were your sons, they came to you and said, "Dad, we want to build this big bird which is going to fly in the skies." You're going to say nonsense.
I was going to take them to a psychiatric unit.
Yes. So learning from that, we listen to every idea, right?
Okay.
However, having said that, we encourage young entrepreneurs to come up with innovative ideas. Coming to us, trying to run a bottle store, a butchery. I'm not saying they're bad businesses,
mm-hmm.
but we are trying to look for solutions to our immediate problems as a nation, as mankind, and we are also looking for people who are looking to solve problems that are perceived, right? To say, in the future, we are probably going to see this problem coming up. I'll give you a typical example of one young man who came to me last week. He came to me and said, do you know most of these suburbs will run out of water in the next coming 5 years?
Sure.
Because everyone is sinking a bore. Right. I've got an idea to solve this. And I said, what do you have in mind? He said, I want to build this huge tank, a reservoir, where I'm going to put water in, and I'll have people coming to me buying that water. Right? If you look at it today, it sounds silly. Because who's going to buy water from you when everyone has got their own bore? But this young man is seeing in the future. When you really look at it, the guy has got an idea. He's got an idea. And we are really prepared to go into it. Right? So we would give this guy more attention than someone who comes to me and say, let's yeah. So those are the anyone who's got an idea. If you talk to a good funder, good funders see
potential. Okay.
Yes, they see potential. So I would really encourage your entrepreneurs not to censor themselves.
Okay.
They must express themselves.
Okay.
Yes, because an idea needs to be expressed. Otherwise, it will die a stillbirth.
Sure.
Once it's said and said to the right people, people can always work and develop from it.
Yeah.
So, to answer to the question, what ideas, we find anything.
As long as it makes business sense.
Yes.
Now, given the industry that you're in, the microfinance, I have seen a lot of people come into the microfinance space. If you go on social media, everybody is advertising loans, same-day loans. They even have got apps and all that. Is it not becoming overcrowded? How do you see the industry in general?
It's. I wouldn't say it's overcrowded, and I don't see it being overcrowded.
Okay.
Right. In fact, our microfinance is probably one of the smallest in developing countries. Right. Our industry is much smaller than the Kenyan one, for example. Right. You talk of Nigeria, you talk of Ghana. I was recently in Tanzania. The industry is big, right? If you look at ZAMF, which is the Zimbabwe Microfinance Association statistics, the microfinance industry is saving about less than 500,000.
Sure.
Maybe, in fact, less than 400,000 clients.
You are kidding me.
Yeah. And of those 400 clients, there's a group which I normally don't even consider as microfinance, the civil servants, right? If you deduct those, and if you deduct those who are double counted in the numbers, you could see that probably the actual microfinance clients who are being served is less than 100,000.
Whoa.
Right? Which means there's still room for the industry to grow. And also, microfinances differ in emphasis.
Okay.
Right. Someone asked me a question, are you the largest microfinance in the country? Certainly the answer is no. Because like in our case right now, we don't have a specialty in funding agriculture.
Okay.
It's something that we are trying to learn. Right. So we've got different microfinances specializing in different areas. Right. Which means there's more space for more players.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I think that's a good answer. And what is the biggest challenge? Because I'm seeing that you are most of your business is coming from the informal sector. What's the biggest challenge in getting? Do they understand the language? Do they understand the contracts that you? What is your biggest challenge as you access and try to help that bottom of the pyramid informal sector?
I like the question, do they understand the contracts? One of the things that we did to demystify contracts and everything, most of our contracts are written in vernacular.
You are kidding me.
Yes. We've got contracts written in Shona, Isindebele. We're looking for translators in Tonga.
Wow.
Yes. So that's how we try and make people understand. And also, we've got a social responsibility of educating. Right?
Yes.
When we offer loans, we don't only offer loans. When we offer a product, we don't only offer a product. We are also offering knowledge. Right? So that people can develop themselves based on the knowledge that we've provided. But having said that, the interesting thing about our informal sector, we've got a lot of educated people in that space.
Okay.
Right? We've got youngsters with degrees, some of them even master's degrees, who have decided to go right down to start from there. And trust me, a lot of them are
doing well.
Are doing very well.
Okay.
Yes. So, yes, we don't have a lot of problems in that space.
All right. I think I was just maybe one double on that one. Where do you see Wisrod in the next 5 years, 10 years?
Like I said, Wisrod is more of a movement. Like we've created Wisrod Shop, a separate entity, which is now quite big with a huge balance sheet.
Wow.
Right. And we are creating more entities that will complete the ecosystem to serve our clients.
Okay.
That's why we've got Wisrod clinics in we've started in Mtare. The idea is for our clients to be able to get treatment without any problems, and we fund everything to create a holistic cycle of a product to save our client. But Wisrod in 5-10 years, we're going regional. Like we've had a dance in Malawi, right? Like right now we've been in Tanzania and Kenya, exploring opportunities, and we've got discussions going on. We are also expecting to be maybe 90% tech.
Wow.
Right. As you know, we've got Wilbay, which is now purely to develop the tech side of our of our business. So we are hoping to upscale to serve more people. We must be able to bring in about 5-6 million Zimbabweans into our box.
Wow.
Right. And improve their lives practically. So in 5 years' time, yes, we should be there.
Men with a big vision. Let's take a short break and come to the last segment.
Turn your dreams into reality with the right loan, whether it's for business, education, asset purchase, housing, emergencies, payday needs, or micro insurance. We have a financial package tailored just for you. Wisrod Investments, delivering potential.
Welcome to the last and final segment of the Dr. SM Chirisa podcast with Mr. Lewis Madafi. Just before I ask my last questions, I wanted to ask, what is the demographic like in terms of gender of the people that are coming to get the loans, in terms of females or males? Are there more males? Are there more females? And why is the picture like that?
That's a very interesting question. By the way, I'm not Misty. Call me Lewis. Right. About 80% of our clients are female.
80%.
80%, yeah. Women in generally are more enterprising than men.
Yo.
Yeah. In that they work so hard to feed their families. At the end of the day, they have to find something to cook for the children.
Yeah.
So most of them are not into it as an option.
They have to survive.
They have to survive. Right? So they work so hard. And that's why we then go into that market deep. That's why we are into that market very deep. Interestingly, for the male, we are seeing a good number of the younger generation coming up, and they are now increasing the number of male who come into this type of business. So we've got quite a number of youngsters, and we are really supporting them. In terms of risk profile, these young boys can be high risk. But trust me, they're so daring.
Wow.
And because they're daring, they sometimes come up with very interesting business models. They come up with very interesting ideas. So our job is to probably hold their hands and walk with them through.
Wow, right.
Yes.
No, thank you for that. I think it's very insightful. As we sort of like start to round off, this podcast, what one thing would you say if you would do differently in your entrepreneurship journey so far?
Funny one. One, when I grew up, I was a very athletic person and very fit guy. I got consumed in the thick of things, and I stopped exercising for quite a lot. So if there's one thing that I would never do, I would never stop exercising, because for you to succeed, you need
the body to be healthy.
You need the body to be healthy before you even do anything, right? You need your mental health to be good, right? The second one would be fear, right? There's certain things that I was so scared of, where I looked at myself and I said, I'm too small for this. And it's so frustrating to then realize someone now doing it and doing it big time. Yeah. So fear, one needs to quickly overcome fear. And I also, I would really deal with my
fear.
With my fear.
Now, if with what you have done, you're saying you are fearful, you were fearful. What about people who have not even done anything? But we understand, because we are looking at you and say, this man is brave. He left a job. He left you jumped.
No. It's even now, these elements, they come in.
Okay.
Right. Look, we employ over 400 people.
Yeah.
Right. And you are responsible for them. Not only them, but with those that they look after. So sometimes you're afraid to take certain risks.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, I still have to deal with fear even today. Yeah.
Now, most of my audience are young, budding entrepreneurs or people that want to go into entrepreneurship. In fact, that's the main reason why we came up with the podcast. I just want you to just be open and say, how can an entrepreneur succeed in this environment that you've succeeded? What should they do? How should they maneuver? What are the tactics? What are the key ingredients that will ensure their success? That would be my last question for you.
Same answer. Bravery and stupidity.
Sure.
Just do things. if there's one thing that kills an entrepreneur is procrastination.
Yo.
Right. The thing about the business world, the more you delay doing something or implementing something or taking a step to do something, someone is doing it.
Sure.
Right. So just do it. Just try it. Don't be afraid to fail. It's part of the
journey.
It's part of the journey. Because in my own story, what I've spoken about here are things that worked.
Yes.
But trust me, things that failed are 10 times more than what we've achieved now. We've got more failures than successes, right? So don't look at the success. Look at what I've tried and failed. So don't be afraid to fail. Failing is part of
the journey.
Yeah. Yes. All the lessons are in the failure.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, one person said, you don't need 10 things to succeed for you to be rich. You just need one thing.
One. Yes.
So try until you get to your one.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's the thing. And the other thing that I would tell you entrepreneurs is money doesn't grow on trees. Right? A quick buck is always the wrong cut.
Sure.
Right? I'll quote Trev Masiwa in this one. Hustlers one day sleep hungry.
Yo.
Right? If you want, just do something organized, something real, something well thought out, something planned, something where there are a lot of people who are out there who can help, including the mentorship classes that you guys provide, right? And even all the funders in this country will always provide you with some guidance of how to really organize your business. Quick buck does not help.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Lewis Madafi, for such an enlightening conversation we had. And to our viewers, thank you so much for watching. Please, if you want to get in contact with Wizrod, please watch for their details, either on the top of the video or down somewhere there. Visit them. I have visited them myself and have utilized them myself. And so I won't refer you to someone or to an entity that I've never utilized. See you at the top. The bottom is overcrowded.